Hey guys, how's it going? Zach Knight here with North to South Outdoors. Back with another video. Today we're talking about what we put in the pack come archery elk season. You know, we're less than a week away. Crunch time. You know, I got to work through them gear lists, make sure everything's all good to go and ready for the trip. Whether you're a seasoned elk hunter or new to elk hunting and just don't know where to start, you know, hopefully this gear list that we got helps you out a little bit and maybe see some things you like and try something new. So we'll dive right into it. Start right with knives. I run Outdoor Edge. It's the swing blade. It's got one blade that you can replace. If you do end up getting something down, you're definitely going to want a sharp blade while you're out there. Walk in that far, you don't want to have a dull knife trying to clean your animal. This knife's worked really good for me many years now. I love it a lot. It's got the swing blade on the back too. Also in this little kit comes with the hacksaw, which if you're cutting bone off, you know, shoot something you just want to take the skull, save some weight. My favorite knife though is going to be this Archery. Got this last year. Love it. Super sharp. They make very good knives. The ergonomics of this knife is super nice, and the blade retention is awesome. Very sharp knife. I bring like probably 10 replacement blades too with me on this Outdoor Edge one. They just come in a little pack. You know, you hit the button and switch blades right out. Another thing I bring along with knives is just cheap little knife sharpener. You know, you don't want to be out there and have your knife get dull and not have a way to get it sharpened. So this is light. Throw it in the pack anywhere you want, and yeah, you'll be able to sharpen your knife while you're out there. Next thing we'll dive right into is going to be just some other little things that I bring with me. I bring a box of batteries just for double and triple A for anything I run, mostly headlamps or any of my camera gear, so if I need an extra battery. And you know, my new binos this year, they take a double A just to run the image stabilization. So good to just have a few extra of these. You don't want to be out there and have your batteries die, and then now that piece of gear that you're carrying around is ultimately useless because the battery's dead on it. Definitely bring some wax for waxing your strings on your bow. You get a little rain and moisture in there, they're going to dry out on the next day where it gets wet, and then the next day gets hot, they're going to dry out fast. So you want to keep your strings waxed up, that way they don't blow out on you when you're out there. Try to take a little bit of Murphy's Law out of it. Lots of this. I bring so much wind powder. Stuff's cheap, works really well, let you know where the wind's going. A couple of little things that I bring. I have this pyro putty for starting fire, you know, emergency situation, you get warm. I like to bring it. It works really well. It's just this easy little cap. Take this stuff, you put it on anything you want. Or make a spark, and yeah, she'll light right up for you. Biggest thing to bring in the mountains that I love right here is dude wipes. As everybody knows, when you're out there on a backpack trip, out there for 6 days, I mean, I don't really want to carry toilet paper. Stuff gets wet. Then you're virtually useless. So I like to bring dude wipes. Just tear a pack, put them in your pack when you're done, and yeah, dude wipes are definitely the way to go, not toilet paper. Another key thing to bring is 2 headlamps at least, if not 3. You don't want to be hiking in the middle of the night and one headlamp break on you and you don't have another one and another one after that. I like this black diamond one. This one's worked really well for me. I've used it for years. I have just another little cheap one from Energizer that actually works really well. I just like my black diamond more. It's brighter, lasts a lot longer. I wish somebody would come out with a better headlamp, because what is out there right now is terrible. Nothing lasts what they say they do. But like I said, the black diamond one, it's not going to break the bank, and it's pretty good headlamp. Another piece of safety gear that I love is a Garmin InReach Mini 2. You like to stay in touch with your loved ones and let them know you're still alive out there. You'd hate for have something happen to you. You fall, break a leg off a mountain or something, and have no way to get a hold of somebody either. You're gonna end up dying out there. Don't want any of that. I do pack a full-fledged medical kit. I took a lot of the stuff out of it. Most of the stuff I bring is just like quick tourniquets, bandages, sterile gauze. Quick clot is a really good thing to pick up if your kit doesn't come with it. Sure, you get some gloves in there too. The gloves also can double as when you're cleaning your animal. Keep your hands clean if you want to. But yeah, advanced or adventure medical kits. They make a pretty good kit. It's got a lot of this stuff. I throw all my water filtration, like water tablets in there. And, I got all that in one spot. And then just make this, like, quick access in the top of the bag. And something happens, you pull it right out. Another cool piece of gear I got. I ran it last year. I got another one because these things work so well. The Dark Energy Poseidons. These things are awesome. They charge super fast. They last a long time. They charge really quick too. They work really well. They're pretty durable too. I mean, I dropped mine like 300 feet down a hill, and yeah, it made it through. They do have this cool little light on there too. If you need a little light when you're in the tent trying to find something, it does have like a little SOS flasher on it too. This is nice little loop here too. You can clip it right to the outside of your bag when you're walking and be able to charge on the go. But this thing's pretty sweet. I definitely would buy these. I've bought a few other ones that didn't work near as well. Another good brand is Anchor. They make one. Those ones last quite a bit too. I would say these are probably the lightest, more compact. They're pretty thin. They're pretty big, but they're pretty thin. Not too heavy, and they charge your phone quite a bit and go pretty fast. So on top of that, we'll go straight into calls and what I bring. I like this Phelps Estrus Mew. This thing's pretty awesome. You make some pretty good cow sounds with it. I like this one. This one sounds really good. I run the Maverick from Phelps Game Calls. I love that thing. That one seems to fit my palate really well. I carry 4 of them with me just in case something happens to one. I recommend breaking them all in before you do go, because a new reed is going to sound way different than a reed that you use for a month and then you try to call on a new one versus that one you use over a month. Your sounds are going to sound way better on the one that you've been using. So I would say break in a few of them that you do bring on your trip. That way, when you're calling, you put a new call in your mouth because you screwed up the last one. You don't make a different sound and scare that animal away. Any bugle tube will work. I have 3 different ones. I like this one. It's plastic. It's light. Does the job. Called in a lot of bulls with it. You make the glunking noise and all that stuff, and it does just fine. I have the metal ones. I just don't carry them because they're too heavy. You do make a little bit better sound with them, but I didn't see the sound difference versus the weight. That's why I stuck with just the plastic one. Let's see. Another good thing to bring. I love this thing right here. This little glassing pad. They're super cheap, and who doesn't like being comfortable when you're sitting at the top of a mountain glassing? This thing, I think it was like $30 on Go Hunt or something like that. I mean, it might even been cheap, like $20. But it's a Thermarest little glassing pad. Set this down and sit on it. You can stay a little comfortable. And your butt doesn't get as cold either. Those cold mornings, sitting down with this thing, I mean, it gives you a little bit of thermal layer between your butt and the ground. So comfortable, keep you a little bit warmer. Super nice little thing, nice and cheap. I mainly buy most of my stuff right on Go Hunt, Black Ovis, or Camel Fire. Those are the 3 best websites that I found to pick up this stuff. Obviously, clothing's a little bit different. You can find some of it on Camel Fire, but that's a personal preference on whatever you want to use. I like the Jetboil. I have an MSR. I like the Jetboil better. I just like how everything's contained. It packs up really nice. It's a little bit heavier, but I just put one of the small little containers in there down at the bottom. That tends to last me my whole trip that I'm out there. I mean, I haven't run out of propane. I mean, unless you're making 5 meals a day, then you're going to want to bring a couple more. But, I make 2 meals a day for 6 days, and those little ones last long enough for me when I'm out there. So a lot of people will pack a bunch of nonsense stuff and bring 4 of those propane containers. And I learned that the hard way the first year I ever went out. Packed like 3 or 4 of them things, thought I would need them. Ended up only using like 3/4 of one. So, I mean, for me, I would only bring one of those. This is my water bottle that I bring. It's Grail's little water bottle. I like it. It's just quick and easy to get water. Pull this up right out of here. Dip this down, get water from the creek. You push this down. It's like a hydro press. Put your water right up into this little clear thing. I think these things are like, I think I found it on Camel Fire for like, I don't know, $60. Pretty expensive water bottle, but you get water filtration inside of a water bottle. You can throw right in your water bottle pouch. That's what I like about it. Super nice. Used it for probably a couple years now. So I like it quite a bit. Last year I did run a Sawyer squeeze. I am not doing that this year. I went with a Life Straw. It's the same thing, but what I will say about the Sawyer squeeze, what I didn't like is they're like, I don't know what material it is. They're like a plastic. So when you dip in the water, that thing is a pain in the ass to fill up. This one is more of like what your hydration pack is. So it's very flexible. And so when you dip it down into the creek and fill it up, this thing will fill up a lot faster than that Sawyer squeeze would. That Sawyer squeeze would take a long time to fill up. It was super nice to be able to drink right out of it right after getting it out of the creek. But this is the same thing. It has a filtration system right in the straw. You just fill it up, screw this on, and take the top off and drink away, which is what I love. I like being able to get water quick and not wasting a whole lot of time. We're out there for not the whole month, so trying to hunt as much as you can, save you a little bit of time. I do run a dirty bag system with Platypus. I like their hydration packs. I haven't had a hole in one yet, knock on wood. They've been really good. Nothing to complain about. The filters haven't froze up on me in those cold mornings. The blowout process, the cleaning out process is super simple. They give you all the directions right in there. They do have a little filtration bag just like the Sawyer Squeeze does too. But like I said, I'm going to this Life Straw water bottle. It's like neoprene. Fit right in my pouch. Pretty good. Yeah, pretty excited about this year. This is like the biggest change I made. And that is a huge thing when you're out in the mountains there. Make sure you have enough water. Make sure you have things that can hold water. Hydration pack is key. I recommend 2 water bottles because you never know when you're going to find water again. You start making your ascent up after the animal or to a glassing spot, and your nearest water area might be a mile away. And that would suck to drop down 2,000 feet just to get water to have to come back up. I like to carry a little bit more weight and be prepared versus not having enough. We'll go into my sleep system. I got this off Amazon. This thing was like $15. It's free Laxy, but it's just my little footprint for my sleeping pad. Super cheap, super light. I don't pack this in this bag. I just put it in the bag for this video. I usually just throw everything right in the pack. I'll start with my camping system, throw it right in the pack in the bottom. I found if you just pack all that stuff in there, it tends to morph to the bag better than if you put everything in a stuff sack. If you try to do that, you'll end up with more weight on one side of the pack versus the other. I found it just works out way better if you could just kind of get lazy and throw it all in there. My OCD goes crazy, but it works out way better when you're walking around. You don't have one side of your pack weighing 5 more pounds and you just got more stress on your one side than the other. For sleeping pad, last year, 2 years ago, I ran the Uberlight. This year, I am going with the Thermarest Neo Air X Therm. I'm a cold sleeper. I don't like getting cold, and that Uberlight went flat on me a couple times, and that sucks. I don't know if you've ever had that happen. if you have to wake up in the middle of the night to blow that thing up, it's terrible. You don't get to sleep much as it is when you're in the elk woods. So when you do sleep, you want good sleep. I like this one. The R value on this, I believe, is 7. I'm pretty excited about it. I got Cole with Uber Light, and I think the R value on that one was it's either 2 or 3. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. But this one's should be way warmer. Hopefully, don't have any popping issues with this one either. I've already tested it all and everything, so we should be good. Like I said, I'll put this one in the little sack it came and then just kind of throw it on top just because that sack gives us a little bit more added protection. But that's also what this is for. You know, when you put this down, you don't want to just put this on the ground because we all know when you go out there, there's sticks, rocks, all that stuff, deadfall that could put a hole in this. So that's why I always put a little footprint down. I think I got the 4 or 3 foot wide by 6 foot long for the footprint. Just to the next thing, the sleeping bag. I love this thing. It's a Western Mountaineering 20-degree bag. Thing packs down super small. It's super light. I don't run it in this because, like I said, I like to just throw everything in my pack and just kind of let it go where it's gonna go. I feel like I said it's gonna work out better in my pack that way. This is the Seal Line compression packs. I keep my food in these. These things are super great. They pack this sleeping bag down to a milk jug. And like I said, this thing is light. But yeah, Western Mountaineering, they made a really great sleeping bag. There was one night, I think it got down to like 18 degrees. That cut it pretty close, but like I said, my sleeping pad was having issues, and that I believe that was a huge issue of the whole thing. I slept with just a sweatshirt and my pants on. I stayed plenty warm in it. But, you guys will see how small this thing will pack down for how big it is. Beautiful sleeping bag. It's a pretty good investment. They're not cheap, but, man, when you're out there, like I said, you don't get a whole lot of sleep. You definitely want good sleep. I think what they did, Western Mountaineering, they did a really good job. This thing is super warm. Like I said, super lightweight. Packs up really nice. Got the whole, you can put a pillow in there and pull it up over your head. Nice and comfortable. Keeps you toasty. Zips all the way down. I like the little mummy style. I just feel like you still get a little bit more leg room, but with these guys versus ones I've had before. But thing is super warm and toasty. Into that, we'll go right into my tent setup. I run the Seek Outside Guardian. I do have the Nest with this. I think the total weight with the stakes and the carbon poles is like 5 pounds total, maybe just over that. But this tent is super nice. The Nest, I would say, if you're going to do it, get it because it keeps all them bugs and everything right out of there. Keep all your gear dry on the ground. We've done it without the Nest before, and it works good too. But I just like the peace of mind of my gear is going to stay dry if it starts raining in the middle of the night. And I don't like bugs getting on me. So the Nest for the Guardian is super sweet. I do believe if you look on Seek Outside's website too, they do have a link in there that you can get ones that weren't perfectly made. So you'll get them at a discounted price. That's what this one was. I haven't had a single problem with it. I only take this one on my September trips. I don't take this late season because we have another tent that has a stove jack and all that stuff. So we want to save a little bit of weight in September because we're not going to be needing that stove jack. So we went with this one. And like I said, this thing pops up super easy. If you guys want a video on me making that up, just let me know down in the comments. But yeah, super nice tent. They did a really good job. Thing's super lightweight. What we typically do is split half the tent up between the 2 people. Some people take the stakes and the posts and maybe the fly. Another person will take the Nest because the Nest is what weighs more. It's got all that netting and screening. But yeah, we had it in downpours last year and it worked out great. Very nice tent by Seek Outside. Pack I run, I switched that up a little bit this year. I still run a Kafaro with the duplex light frame. I love Kafaru's packs. I think the frame is super nice. I love the hip belt and how big it is. It gives you really good cushion right on the side here. I ran the 44 mag last year. I switched to the Bedlam this year. I like the way that this pack just lays out. I like that you have the cinch pouch up top that gives you quick access to everything in that pack and anything right on the top. It's mostly where all your quick access stuff is going to be. It does have a zipper all the way down to the side, so it'll open up like a duffel. And this quick access pouch right here, you know, you throw your puffy in there, your snacks, your day food, whatever you're going to eat. It's all right in there. It cinches right down. I've even put my bow in there. It does fit. It's a little tight, but it's nice to know that it's not going to drop out on you with the straps, and you don't got to undo a bunch of straps to try and make your bow fit. So yeah, I switched to this pack this year. There was nothing wrong with the 44 mag. This is a little bit bigger, bringing a little bit more extra gear with me this year. You know, talking about camera gear and all that stuff. I think this one's 4,900 cubic inches, and the 44 mag was 4,400. So just get a little bit more stuff in here, and gonna lay out a little bit more of what I like. On top of that, let's go into trekking poles. I run Black Diamond's trekking poles. These things are super nice. They adjust really quick. It's just a flip of a little switch here. Throw them right where you want them. Stick them right on the ground. Nice little handle for putting your wrists around. They're pretty nice. I've used these for probably 3 years now. They work really great. Haven't had a problem with them. This is a little comfort thing I bring just for blowing up my sleeping pad. Just clicks on, nice and easy. Blows up your sleeping pad. Saves you a little bit of air in your lungs. Just a little comfort thing I like to bring. You know, you're setting up your tent and stuff. You can turn this on your sleeping pad and let it blow it up. And yeah, you don't have to sit there and do it after you're getting all your other stuff done. I run for a release. I run the Carter Quickie 2. I like this thing a lot. I am not a big handheld one. I have lost so many of these that I just like a wrist strap. So I keep this wrist strap on. It's still a hook style release. You can change all the springs inside of this thing, so you can set this trigger weight to whatever you want on it. It's a super nice release. They're pretty expensive. I think I paid $200 for this thing, but I haven't had a single issue with it. Like I said, I tend to lose those ones that you put in your pouch and they fall out and you don't know what happened to them. I just carry this thing with me now. I always stay strapped and it's always right there and can't lose it. It just dangles right out of your way. Pretty nice release. Shot a lot of arrows with this thing and haven't had a problem yet. Going to bino harness next. I run the marsupial. I put the one pouch on the side and then the rangefinder pouch on the other side. Just what works out best for me. I like that this is magnetic, flips down, stays open when you want it open, stays closed when you want it closed. I run the Vortex Crossfire 1400. This thing works out great for everything that I need to do with it. Can change all the modes on there. And then these things. I talked about them in my last video. These are Sig Sauer Zulu 6s. These are the 20 power ones. These things are great. I mean, the target mode on these things is awesome. The image stabilization is awesome. But that target lock is crazy. What these things will do and how they snap, and just, you can freehand these things and it's like you're sitting on a tripod. These are, like I said, pretty good investment. They're not cheap at all, but going out west, you want good glass, and that's what these are. I think what Sig Sauer has done with these things is really good. I would recommend these to anybody. Like I said, they're pretty expensive, but I think they're worth every penny. But, guys, I think that's all we got for today, and thanks for watching, and yeah, catch you next time.